Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem these days. Cryptosporin, it's kind of crazy that one producer, it seems like they think he narrowed it down to lettuce, one lettuce producer who makes all these bagged lettuces and things like that, that go to grocery stores and stuff in, I believe, over 31 states have gotten people sick. So if I'm gonna get sick from food, I'm gonna get sick from shit I made, okay? So my problem here is I've got all kinds of peppers. This is like, I've got peppers coming out my ears here. And I don't know, I think most of these are hot peppers, but I think the banana ones are sweet. I don't care. I just love peppers. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna actually can these so that way they can be shelf stable. Yeah, I'm learning a new trick. So the only thing I've canned before is bone broth, and it hasn't killed my wife yet, so we're good at least on that. So here's what we're gonna do. I like the pepper seeds in there. Now some people will take the pepper seeds out. I'm gonna slice all these peppers, okay, about a 1/4 inch thick, no stems. When I used to work at Sam's Deli, we would get jars of pickled peppers. They always had stems in them. Nobody wants a stem on their sandwich. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a brine. The brine is gonna be 1-to-1 white vinegar with water. For every cup, you're gonna put a cup of canning salt. I'm sorry, a teaspoon of canning salt and a teaspoon of cane sugar, and we're gonna put some peppercorns in there. Now also, I've got some garlic. I'm gonna put cloves of garlic in there. Now I've got small jars because I wanna make these small enough that, you know, enough is enough for a few sandwiches and a week, and then you can get it out the fridge. I don't wanna do huge jars. Now, I've got my canning jars. I'm gonna put those in the oven to sterilize them. I'm going to warm up the lids here. Don't get it rapidly boiling because you don't wanna mess up the seal, but you wanna sterilize those. This pot right here, I'm gonna make my broth in, or my brine in, and this is actually my pressure cooker pot. And we're gonna do a 10-minute hot water bath, okay? So we're gonna put our jars in here to a boil, just a steady boil, not too fast, for 10 minutes. And you wanna make sure the jars are covered by the top of it. So I'm gonna start slicing these peppers. That's the first thing. I'm gonna get my jars in there sterilized, and I'm gonna get my brine going, okay? So, with some water. Now, I'm a virgin here, be gentle. I don't know how much broth I'm gonna need. They're small jars, but if I have too much broth, I'll just use it on some cucumbers and put them in the fridge. So I'm doing 3 cups of vinegar and 3 cups of water. So that means I need 3 teaspoons of sugar, and I'm also gonna do something. I've got this stuff called Mr. Crunch that's supposed to keep your pickles and stuff crispy. This is pickling salt. Now you could put pickling spice in here, but this isn't like a pickle. I'm gonna try this extra crisp. You're supposed to put a 1/4 teaspoon in for a quart, and it's supposed to keep the vegetables crispy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this warming up. I'm gonna put my jars in the oven and put that on 250. Let those sterilize. And then I'm gonna slice my peppers. Okay, all right. We're rocking and rolling right now. Now, let's get the peppers together. We got a lot of peppers here. And I'm not gonna take a chance with this. I'm gonna go ahead and get some gloves on. I don't know how hot these things are. So Okay. Look at all those peppers. Oh, now, you do want to put them in tight in the jars. So I don't know how many jars full I'm going to get. My brine is already hot, and so it's waiting for me. So let's go ahead and get the jar lids and stuff together, and let's move the camera. Okay, so our jars have been in at 250 degrees for about 10 minutes, and they are very, very warm here. So they should be sterilized. And we're gonna start filling these with our peppers. Now I actually have a pressure cooker, but the pressure cooker you can use for the hot water bath. And I'm learning all this from my mother, who is an expert. She's got about 70 years of experience in canning. Me, not so much. But I want to learn how to do this so that way we can be much like my parents. And I truly believe that my mom, who's 85 and still able to can and stuff, that she's never had Cryptosporin. I can tell you that right now. So we're going to be putting in these peppers, and we're going to be packing them in there tight, because what's going to happen is the hot water broth is going to boil this. Now we're going to make sure that we get the extra air pockets out of these as well. Now I don't know, I might be in trouble, because I might need to get some more jars, because I got a lot of peppers here. Now I was trying to keep these as small jars, because I wanted them to be, and maybe I missed on that, but it's not too late for me to get some more jars ready. Yeah, I'm going to be way short here, because I got a lot of peppers. I might go ahead and get, these are half-pint jars. Now I do have 4 more jars, half-pint ones, that I could. Now we don't want them stuffed too high. We'll make it fit. Now I could just do a couple of jars and put them in the fridge and not worry about canning those. Oh, we got room in that one. Now I don't have any habanero ones ready yet, so these aren't the super hot ones yet. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Still have that much left. I'm going to go ahead and do those. I'm going to go ahead and sterilize a couple more jars. Fortunately, I hadn't finished with the lids, and the oven is still hot. So I'll put these in. Okay, let's get our brine in. Oops, already filled that one. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I think I'm just gonna make like one big jar and just put it in the fridge. Okay. Now, this is really important because you wanna go around and make sure that you get all the air bubbles out. And I think I may have a little bit too much in there, so I may put a little bit more out. Boy, these look so pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one thing. I'm just gonna take a few out. I've got them stuffed in there, but I don't want it to be too stuffed that it's gonna interfere with the lid. Remember, I'm a virgin. There we go. That's good. Okay. Now, very important. Before we put our lids on, we wipe it off with vinegar. Vinegar ensures that it will seal. I can't wait to show this to my mom. And she's going to say, oh, Lord, put a few more of you guys in there. You're a little high there. Go a little bit here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's get out our jar lids. Okay. We're going to put those on and just finger tight. Don't over tighten it. Look at that. I'm messing up. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Damn. See, I told you, be gentle with me. I forgot my garlic, clove, sorry, Mom. I forgot my peppercorns. Where are my peppercorns? And I forgot told you. And this is one take. Now, I know what's going to happen here. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to have a lot of people who really do this. They're going to be coming after me. They're going to say, you're an idiot. Don't ever can again. And I'm going to say, you know what? To each his own. And I'm not going to knock somebody else for trying. And that's what I'm doing, my first try. So now I'm just waiting for my pot to get hot so I can actually can these. So I'm going to put these over here. And I'm going to wipe down the jars before I put them into the water. Whew. This is hard work. Okay, so it's been a little over 10 minutes and we're going to take these things out. We've turned it off. We're going to let these cool down on the counter. And there we have it. You can see how they're floating. There's less, because they've cooked, there's more space left in them. And so that's why you want to pack them in there tight. All right. Whew. I can say I wish I had more red peppers in there. A little more color would be nice. Well, I won't have to worry about buying any peppers for a while. That is, if they taste good. And last two. Alrighty, and so you can see all the jars over there. We'll see how they are in about a week because it'll take some time for the brine to infiltrate with them and really make them really good. So thank you as always. Now we'll come back to it and check them out.